Soldier Ichabod Crane, a hero for General George Washington, engages in combat with a rider wearing an iron mask in 1781. The rider keeps attacking him after getting shot, so Ichabod beheads him. After discovering he is in a cave full of ceremonial items in 2013, Ichabod makes the decision to flee. The local sheriff in Sleepy Hollow intends to take on another investigation because he is worried about unsolved crimes. Lieutenant Abby finds the stable owner decapitated and sees the attacker vanishing into the shadows. Ichabod is being held as a suspect in the stable incident by Officer Andy Brooks. He relates a bizarre tale of his time spent working as a spy for General Washington and his spouse Katrina. Abby objects to the authorities' decision to send him to a mental health facility because Ichabod correctly described the man she saw in the stable. Eventually, the tenacious girl gets the chief to personally question Ichabod. After Abby releases Ichabod, one of the suspects, from detention, they find a Bible that contains a prophecy regarding the horsemen of apocalypse. Ichabod believes that the world is in danger once more and that the headless guy is one of the horsemen of the apocalypse. The pastor of the nearby church attempts to halt the horseman with sorcerous spells, but the horseman is too strong. After discovering that Ichabod has a burn wound on his neck, Abby follows him to a cemetery where he sees the grave of his wife Katrina. When Abby tells Ichabod her story, she discloses that her wife is a witch and that the horseman is the one who severed her head. The old malign force has been reawakened by the demon's long-term investigation into the mysteries of Sleepy Hollow. To halt the horseman and hold Katrina hostage on the other side of reality, Ichabod must be enchanted. Ichabod regains consciousness as the world is in danger once more and calls Officer Andy to request the dispatch of a police team to the church. Andy lets the ancient evil know where the severed head is located. When Abby and Ichabod discover the horseman's severed head, they approach him, but he manages to get away. Andy manages to catch up with the horseman, but in order to save himself from the light, he has to go back down into the Hudson River. When Abby and Ichabod return to the police station, a worried police chief greets them. Ichabod validates their account and discloses that Abby is the second witness, given her early contact with the demon. They have to stand up to the horseman, and while Andy is in jail, a demon appears to him and ends his life. With the use of an amulet meant to release the ancient evil, the devil brings Andy back to life. While attending the sheriff's burial at the cemetery, they come across a woman who is raising a woman from the dead. The demon instructs her to gather the ashes of her virtuous ancestors so that she can use them to resurrect. The revived witch burns the passing traveler's automobile from the inside as Andy stops it. The victim's body is discovered by Abby and Ichabod, along with claw marks on his chest, and a coven of witches that have joined forces with the enemy forces. They proceed to the sheriff's office, where Ichabod comes up with a scheme to smash through the wall and enter the archive, which houses all of the data regarding paranormal activity in Sleepy Hollow. Ichabod learns that Sybil, the head of a wicked witch coven, is following Hunter's descendants. When Abby and Ichabod arrive at the second descendant's family's house, they discover a terrified lady and her son. The family's deceased father's ashes are taken by the witch, but Andy, the adoptive child, is kept safe. They enter the tunnel where Sybil's bones are buried in an attempt to thwart her resurrection. The witch is once more engulfed in blazing flames after a blast. Abby has an odd dream one night in which she sees Ichabod questioning her as a little child. Maura Vega, a psychiatrist, calls her urgently and admits that she believed their narrative about the demon. Maura had been treating Jenny, Abby's sister, for a long time. Ichabod determines that Abby and her sister are a danger to the demon, so it deploys its army to destroy them. The town looks for the sisters when Abby makes the decision to tell Ichabod the truth. The onus of responsibility also rests on the man who discovered the girls in the woods. When the devil appears to him in his dreams, Abby gets diagnosed as insane and is taken to the hospital. Abby discovers material in the archive about Rahiriantos, a spiteful monster that preys on its victims during dreams. Ichabod asks Abby to take him to Sleepy Hollow's last surviving Native American representative. When Simus, a shaman, offers to assist the group, Abby faces the monster with courage.